My name is Eric Wielander and welcome to the new Best Photos channel. So if you're just joining us and you're not familiar, Best Photos is an app I've been working on since 2016. I released the first version in 2017 and it's an app for iPhone and iPad that helps you manage your Apple Photos library. All right, so editor Eric here. I got rambling a little bit there, so I want to jump in and redo this intro. So if you're just finding out about Best Photos now, I highly recommend checking out the App Store link or the app's website, linked in the description. Those will give you a lot more information about what's currently available if you're considering downloading it. But I've been working for a while on a big new update to Best Photos version 3. And the goal with Best Photos 3 is really twofold. One, and most importantly, I needed to make some foundational changes to the app that would enable me to add a bunch of new features for Best Photos 3 and also regularly with updates in the future. And then I also wanted to add more of a modern design that had more attention to details as I have a chance to polish it. You know, a lot of software companies, they'll make these like really clever demos when they're like maybe a few weeks away from release, and so you're getting a sneak peek at the previews and it's totally about the marketing of all of the features that'll be coming in the new version and they're basically done. That's not what this is at all. As you'll see pretty soon, I am nowhere near being done with Best Photos 3, but I do want to make these regular videos to give you updates on my progress. So I think if you're interested in Best Photos, or you're just into app development or design or product, or you're just kind of interested in how apps are made in general, I think it'll be kind of entertaining to see regular updates in progress just showing what I've been working on with Best Photos. Now, previously on my main YouTube channel, youtube.com/Eric Wielander, I made a few videos initially, like kind of vlogging my development on some earlier features in Best Photos, and I was just feeling like those videos were getting kind of repetitive and not really entertaining content. So I'm kind of coming at that idea with a fresh new experiment here, and we'll see what happens. So the other big goal I want to have with these videos is to get your feedback as people who might use Best Photos as it is now in the App Store. Leave ideas in the comments below of things you'd like to see, or things you like about what you see coming in Best Photos 3. It's really nice to get constructive feedback, and that really does influence my development. So the way I'm kind of thinking of this is almost, if you're in software development, kind of like an agile sprint showcase. This is not my main occupation. I have a main job and, working as an app developer, and have for about 9 years. And I always love in that kind of job seeing another team showcase regularly over time, getting to, give feedback and just watch the progress of some piece of software march forward. And, that's kind of what I think would be entertaining here as well. And, just inviting you guys to be a part of that process. And then with that, speaking of feedback, I'll be starting a beta in the coming weeks. So if you want to join the beta for Best Photos 3, if you have iOS 14 betas installed on either your iPhone or iPad, there's a link in the description to sign up with your email address. If you just want to find out when Best Photos 3 launches to the world later this year, you can also sign up with that same form, or you can, of course, just subscribe to this YouTube channel, because there'll be more information leading up to the launch of Best Photos 3 and hopefully long after. We'll see how this whole experiment goes. And so now back to the demo that I was doing. So over the course of last year, I've kind of been on again and off again with Best Photos 3 development, just getting sidetracked with other projects and other things going on. But now I'm like full on, like, let's get this done. I don't want to go this long without doing an update for Best Photos in the future. That said, when iOS 14 came out, I made the decision to go iOS 14 only for Best Photos 3, and that allows me to take advantage of a lot of the new APIs. So then I ripped out a bunch of in-progress stuff on the main screen. So what you'll see today is kind of a half-done new version of that screen, rethought for the direction that iOS 14 is going and taking advantage of some of those new APIs. And then, of course, you'll see on the other side of the app, so to speak, the declutter side, as I call it, that has a lot more stuff thought out because it's you know, I haven't completely torn it up for iOS 14. It still has a lot of the same stuff I've been building over the past year. So this is the main like library screen in Best Photos as it is today in the App Store. And I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't seen it before. Check it out. And you can just scroll down and see all your albums, and then you can get down and see years and media types. And then I wanted to kind of rethink this, and I actually just recently rebuilt this screen because I'd redone it once for Best Photos 3, and then I put it all into the new sort of way to build lists in iOS 14. So this is going to be an iOS 14 only app, but you know, so it makes it nice to collapse and expand these different things. And you'll notice I don't have years because Apple is deprecating the API that I used to get the years in a previous OS versions, but I have built my own calendar. So this needs a lot of design improvement, but you can swipe over to the side and go down here through the calendar and, you know, get to any photos. So, you know, I can go to, let's say I just want to go to Sunday, August 2nd, and then I can see that and the little card pops up. Now this card in the header needs a lot of design help. I've been, and also the rendering of the thumbnails is a little blurry still right now. But then, you know, I can tap on one of these thumbnails and it'll take me into, this is what I call declutter, which is just where you're actually going through your library and you know, choosing which photos you want to delete and then hitting the save button and deleting them all at once, or, you know, hiding and favoriting all the changes that you want to make. And so I've redone the toolbar here and you know, added this menu here, and I probably need to do a better job at a certain point of grouping some of these items together, making them easier, especially on iPad. But I've made it so that I can easily add different options for different types of photos that you might have in your library, so I can build out lots more features in the future. Another big change is that you'll see that the delete button is now, it's just the delete button. There's no favorite and delete. But you can quickly within here change your swipe settings. So you can say that you want the toolbar to be, let's say, hide. You want the swipe left to be, delete, and you want the swipe right to be favorite. But, you know, you can set these to whatever you want. And then you hit close, and then you'll see the icon change in the toolbar. And then you have these two different options. So you'll always be able to do the two options by swiping on both, you know, the iPhone and iPad. But right now, so far, I've just had the control for the one item down there. We'll see how people react to this. Let me know in the comments if you use Best Photos, if that's going to drive you crazy or not. You know, my wife, who uses the app a lot, kind of misses having the favorite button there. We'll see. I've gotten used to it and I prefer just having the delete, but I don't know. But then from there, you know, the way I use the app a lot, still this core idea hasn't changed, where I can just quickly flip through the photos and say, okay, I like this one, or I don't like that one, I'm going to delete it. So you also might notice some other new options I'm adding that I'll probably demo at other times, like edit date. And now I can also edit locations on live photos, or, you know, I can remove the live photo video. So I'm starting to add some more features to actual photo management as well. Another thing you might notice that the app is largely darker. So I've made this dark mode. So I'm here in light mode on my iPad, so you can see how that looks. And I've selected something with the calendar over here in the sidebar. You know, and of course I can swipe over and get the library right here as well on the iPad. And then if I tap on a photo, it'll take me again into declutter mode, and I have more access to more of the options right here. And then the last thing I want to show you in this video is compare mode. So I've changed this around so that you can, with each photo you have compared. So I've always had this sort of zoom synchronization. So you zoom in on one and you can also, you know, pan around the other ones. So you can compare the photos both at once. But now I've added this concept of locking compare compare mode. So I'm advancing here on this side through my photos, and then I can decide to lock that side, and so it locks that side of the compare, and this is the same on iPhone, it's just vertical in that case. But now if you see, I'm swiping and I can't actually swipe through the that image because it's locked. So then, but I can swipe through on the other side. So it's sort of allowing you to swap which side of the canvas is locked or unlocked. And this, has been a suggestion I've gotten as feedback from people. We'll see. But of course, if you're zooming in, you can still get the panning around on both sides. So it's not like that's disabled, but you're just gonna have one side is locked and the other is not. This was surprisingly tricky to pull off all of the random edge cases of what if I lock this and unlock this and relock that, whatever. So, but yeah, anyways, that's that. And you can of course pull up the info on any of these photos and get information about the picture like you can in the current version of BestPhotos. There are some other improvements in this screen that I'll probably talk about other times as well. So hopefully I'll be back next week with an update of where I am in development, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know in the comments below as you have feedback items for BestPhotos. If you use the app and you like it, you see things you don't like in version 3, or you really want certain things in version 3. I can't promise or guarantee anything, but having that feedback really does help and really does influence what I do on a regular basis in this app. So, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.